Welcome once again to another of my tutorial as I take you through or take you on how to sew a female pants trouser. Although this was supposed to be for my online class, as you may know, I have an online class coming, but I decided to wait. I don't know why. I was prepared, I was ready, everything was set to kick start the online class, but I decided to drop everything here for free. I don't know how come, but to tell you how I love you guys. I just want to show you my experience on how I was able to get my pants trouser, because I have passed through stress processes on how to come to the conclusion of my pants trouser, and I would like to share the final work with you. So I'm very glad to do this. I don't really know, but the love I have for you, I just want to give you this for free. I know it might help somebody. If you have been finding any issues on how to cut your pants trouser, I hope this helps you out, because my own wish here is to help you and to see you do good in your work, because we all are all learning every day. So I would like to give you my own pattern which I have been using after I have come a long way on how to get my pants trouser, and I have something that has been working for me perfectly. I want to share it with you today. So I believe you are not going to pass if you are just coming to my channel. You are not going to walk away just like that without subscribing. So go ahead to subscribe as I take you through on this note. And I have a tutorial coming up about the same pants trouser, but in pidgin. I just had a thought of it today to do it in pidgin. I don't know if you think I should do it. Please comment down below in the comment section for me to do on how to cut your female pants trouser in pidgin in our own Nigerian language. Yes, in our own Nigerian. If you feel that okay, I should do that, please tell me. So let's go straight to the videos. I don't want to waste most of your time, as I don't want to waste much of your time. So let's go straight into the video. Welcome back. So I am sorry for all my trousers that I have been posting. I discovered that you guys have not been seeing my lines. It has been coming out nice, but you people did not understand how to go about it. So I apologize for that. Please, please, and please forgive me if you do not understand what I was making so far. So I just want you to understand what I'm doing. So I have my markers, I have my pattern paper. So what I'm working with is my waist is 28, my hip is 35, flap 22, rounding measurement is 12, and my waist to nail is 19, and my nail circumference is 17. So my full length is 38. So that is what I want to make. So I will drop my measurements for you to understand how to go about this. So what you need to know is to get your full length plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. So my full length is 38 plus 2 inches will give me 40. 38, 39, 40. Okay, let me use this red marker. What? This marker doesn't want to come out. 38, 39, 40. Make sure your tip is there at your starting point. 40. So come to this other line here now to get my full length, the same 40. Full length is 38 plus 2 inches, making it 40. Then you roll your line just like this. So once you have your full length all set out now, so what you'll do is to get your waist to your crotch line. And how I get my waist to my crotch line is my hip divided by 4. My hip divided by 4, my hip is 38. And how to divide your hip in case you don't know, my hip is 35. 35, my hip divided by 4 gives me 8.7. You can see, divided by 4 gives me 8.7. 8.7, but I'm going to make it 9. My 8 divided by 4 gives me 8.7, but I'm going to make it 9. So from the starting line there now, I have a 9 there. I have 9 here. And from my waist to my nail, this is my waist to my crotch line now. My waist to my nail gives me 19. So make sure you take your measurements of your client. Waist to nail 19. So let me go ahead to roll them out. Your hip divided by 4 gives you this line that I have now. Your hip divided by 4 gives you this line. Then your waist to your nail, that is what you have there. Your waist to nail measurement, that is what you have here. But this is your nail. So what you are going to do now, my lap measurement is 22 divided by 2 gives me 11. 22 divided by 2. So from this point now upward, divided by 4. My waist, my lap is 22 divided by 2 gives me 11. So I have my 11 here, plus 1.5 for your crotch extension. 11 plus 1.5 for your crotch extension. So what do I have in conclusion plus my crotch extension? I have 12.5. So 12.5 divided by 2 will give me 6.2. 12.5 divided by 2, you can see it like this, gives me 6.2. So I put my 6.2 here. So at this point, I'm going to use my green marker for you to understand what I'm doing. So give me 6.2. So I have my 6.2 here. Come down here, 6.2. Down to my full length. I have my 6.2 here. My full length, I have my 6.2. So after getting my 6.2, I connect all my lines together. So I was able to get my 6.2. How I was able to get my 6.2 because this is from here to here is my lap measurement, or if you may know it as thigh. My thigh measurement is 22 divided by 2 gives me 11 plus 1.5 for crotch extension, 1.5. In total gives me 12.5. 12.5 divided by 2 give me 6.5. So that is 6.5 which I have here. 6.2 which I have here, and 6.2 at this minute also I have 6.2. At my full length I have 6.2. So that is that. Let's go to our up measurement, our waist. So how to get your waist is your waist divided by 4. My waist is 28 divided by 4 gives me 7. 28.5 divided by 4 give me 7.1. Make sure you are correct with what you are doing. Give me 7.1. So this is my 7.1 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. 7.1 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. Why this 1 inch is because you are going to sew half from here and sew half from here to join your front and your side. So that takes off those 1 allowance which you have here. And if you are somebody that has that booty type or that hip shape, kind of shape, and you discover that, I don't know if I'm too saying much. So what you do now is to connect this from this your waist measurement plus your 1 inch. You connect it down to your main thigh line. To your main thigh line. So you can see what I have here. So I come back to what I was saying. So if you are the type that has big hip, you know that's a curvy type. If you are that curvy type of person that you have a big shape, that if you take from here to here, you will discover that your length, your connection from your waist to your crotch will be like this, and it won't be right if you do it like this, because both of your hip is very big to your thigh, or your thigh is very big than your waist. It will come like this and it won't work. So what you will do to get your measurement from there, that is when you will use -1 here. But if you are not the curvy type, make sure you make it straight like this, it will work. This person is not a curvy type, so I just want to make you understand how to go, because if you want to sew for a curvy type and when you want to cut your pattern, you might have that issue come up like this, and it won't go well if it comes like this. So it should just be like this, not that open. So if you discover that it is open like this, what you need to do is to come in by 1 inch here, then you will see that it will balance with your measurements. So I hope this my explanation helps. So after you have done doing that, what you will do for your, after connecting your waist to your main crotch line, what you do now is to come up by 2 inches. Come up by 2 inches, then you connect from your crotch line, connect it down like this. So you can see what I have. Just connect it down like this. If you have your French curve or your pattern master, it will be easier for you to do that connection. So we come over to our full from our nail now. So my nail measurement is 17 divided by 2, give me 8.5. So my 17, this is my 17 here for my nail, divided by 2 gives me 8.5. So my 8.5, that's what I'm going to get here now for my 8.5. So my 8.5 now divided by 2 will give me 4.2. So what I'm going to do now is to place 4.2 here, 4.2 here, and come to this side and place 4.2. In total, it gives me 8.5. In total, gives me 8.5. So after getting your 8.5, you come over to your ankle measurement. So your ankle measurement is, my ankle measurement is 12. 12 divided by 2 give me 6. So in total of my ankle round measurement is 12. 12 divided by 2 gives me 6 inches. And as you may know, 6 inches divided by 2 will give me 3. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. Then what I will do here now is to place 3 at this part here and 3 at this part here. So you see what I did here. So this your line here now demarcates your measurements and makes it to sit at the middle. And this line is called grain line. This is the grain line that makes your pattern to be straight for your pant trouser. So once you use this formula, I bet you it will go well for you. So I want to get my connections. Now if you have your hip curve, it will be easier for you to get. And without my hip curve, I'm also doing mine like this and it is coming out. So if you don't have a hip curve, you have no problem for this. You can also do it like this. So I connect to that point which I have there now. And I connect this also. Connect down to my ankle line. My ankle line connect to my nail. So at this other note, I connect here also like this. Then I connect down to my thigh line. So you can see what I have now. So this is my front block which I have right now. So should I come back with my... Okay, so I want to give you a recap of how I was able to get this in case some of you are still confused with this. So what I did was to get my full length from my waist to my full length plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. My waist to my full length plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. So after getting my waist to my full length plus 2 inches of sewing allowance, I was able to get from my waist to my crotch was my hip. My hip measurement divided by 4 gives me from my waist to my crotch. My hip measurement divided by 4 gives me from my waist to my crotch. So, and for this your hip measurement, there are some people why I did not minus 1 inches because it does not work for everybody. Minus 1 inches does not work for everybody. There are some people you minus 1 inch and it will work for them. And there are some people you minus 1 inch, it will not work for them. So at this note, what I'm making here now is my full length, my full measurement. If I want to minus 1 inch, I can go ahead to minus it. But when you sew, it is better when you sew for your clients, they try it on and discover that it goes too up or it goes higher, then you can decide to minus 1 inch. Like for this one, I was supposed to minus 1 inch, but I don't want to minus it for you not to make mistake. So your heat divided by 4 gives you from here to here. That is what you are going to take mark again to get this line. So this line now gives you from your waist to your crotch. Your crotch line is your hip divided by 4. That is what gives you from your waist to your crotch line. So from your waist to your nail now, you take it on your client, your waist to nail, and your full length as you may know. So after you have done that, you get your waist measurement is your waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. So from here to here is my waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch for my sewing allowance. That was what I got here. Then for this part, is my thigh measurement or lap as you may know it. Your lap or your thigh measurement. That is what I have here. From here to here is my thigh measurement plus 1.5 inch for your crotch extension. 1.5 inch for your crotch extension. So after I got my 1.5 crotch extension, I came up by 2 inches. Came up by 2 inches to mark for my crotch curve. The length of where my crotch curve will stop. I connect from my crotch extension to that point there. So after getting this, the up is done for the up. Then how I was able to get my grain line was I divided my waist, my thigh measurement plus 1.5 for sewing allowance. In total, what I have is 12.5 because my thigh measurement was 11 plus 1.5 for my crotch curve. In total is 12.5. So 12.5 divided by 2 gives me 6.2. So 6.2, that is what I mark here. And that 6.2 was what, because from here to here is 6.2. 6.2 from here to here is 6.2. So I took my 6.2 from this, the same line, downward here. So what I have from here like this is 6.2. 6.2, that's what I have here now. So after I get my 6.2, I draw my straight line, which is my grain line, to demarcate my pattern. So this is my grain line. So after getting your grain line, you come over to your nail, and you divide your nail divided by 2. Your nail divided by 2, and my nail is 17 divided by 2. So this is my nail, 17 divided by 2 gives me 8.5. So what you're supposed to have here in total is 8.5. So if you have 8.5, this is your grain line now, we demarcate it for you. So from here to here, give you 4.2, and from here to here, gives you 4.2. That makes it 8.5, because 4.2 plus 4.2 gives you 8.5. So that is what I have here, my 8.5. And I come to my ankle line and I do the same thing. My ankle measurement is 6 divided by is 12 divided by 2 gives me 6. And my 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. So I place 3 here and 3 here, making here to be 6. That is what I got for my ankle line. So then I connect from my ankle to my nail, from my nail to my crotch line, from my ankle to my nail, from my nail to my crotch extension. That was how I was able to get this pattern. So time to cut out. So what I will do now is to cut away what I have as an excess here. Then I fold this inward. I fold this inward just like this. I fold this inward like this. So this what I have here now is my full measurement. I have folded my sewing allowance inside. So I go ahead to cut. So I cut out. So what I will do now is to place my front on my back to cut. So let me do that. So I have placed my front on my back and I attack them down for it not to move before I get my cutting. So what I have here now is my front on my back, and from here to here I have about 2.5 inch free allowance for here because I'm going to make use of calculation here. So I extended this way by 2.5 inch there, and at this up part for my back I have 2.5 inch because your front and your back are not sitting the same way. Because of the curve of your buttocks, your back is higher than your front. So that is why trouser back is always higher than the front. So my back will be higher than my front but by 2.5 inches. So here I have about 2.5 inch for my extension. What I have here is 2.2. What to do next is to get my waist. I'm going to extend my waist measurement for my back just like this. Extending my line from my back to my waist just like this. Extend it down here. And so what I'm going to do next is from this point here, from here now I come down by 0.5 inch, and I'm also going to extend this my line here 0.5 inch, and I extend this also going to extend it just like this. So after you have done that, what you will do at this your up part is to come in by 1.5 from this your point which you have here for your waist. Now you come in by 1.5. So my 1.5, I'm also going to extend this line, extend my 1.5 just like this. So you have seen what I have here now. So after extending my 1.5 for the upper part like this, what I'm going to do next is to get my 2.5 inch for my back. So I have my 2.5 here. So what do I have for my front waist? I have 8.1. I have 8.1. So 8.1 plus 1 inch for that at the back gives me 9.1. So 8.1 plus 1 inch for the back will give me 9.1. So I have 9.1. From this point here now, for my back, I have 9.1 here. I have my 9.1 here, 1 inch for the dart. Because our back is going to have that 9.1. So I connect from this point down here, like this. And from this point which I have here, I connect it down to my crotch line. Connect it from there down to my crotch line. Like this. So you can see, so this is my back, connecting my back like that, that's my crotch line. And for this my crotch curve at my back, I'm going to make it 3 inches for my crotch curve. 3 inches for my crotch curve. Then at my nail line, you can see if I added to make my pattern to be longer. So for at my nail line, I'm going to include 2 inches here, and at this point here now I'm going to include 2 inches. So from here downward, all you are going to add is 2 inches. 2 inches. That is what I have downward like this. So after that, what you do now is to connect from this line down to your crotch curve. From this line, when you connect it down to your crotch curve. So what you are going to do is to take this your curve out like this. You can use it to get your curve post like this. Take out. Connect from this point like this. So you can see what I have here. So this is the curve for our back. All you need to do is just to connect it from this point. From this point, you're going to connect it like this. To this your waistline which you have there now. Make it from this line down there. So after you have done the connection like that, what you are going to do is to connect from these three connect to your two like this. So this is where you add your allowance. This two now is our allowance or sewing allowance which we are adding. So this is the only place you add your sewing allowance. Add your sewing allowance at your back for this point. So after I connect it down to the armhole measurement, what I'm going to do is to add my allowance at the back. So my back does not have allowance, so I'm going to include 1.5 inch for my sewing allowance at the back. 1.5 inch for my back. 1.5 inch down to this extent, and you connect it to your crotch curve like this. So that's what I have here, just like this. So this is my sewing allowance which I have for my back. So after you're done with that, let me go ahead to cut it out. I'm going to cut it out. Before I cut out, let me connect it down to this, my sewing allowance. So it has been connected to the sewing allowance. Then I cut out. So the pant trouser is very easy to calculate. Just follow the formula that I'm giving you now. So at this point, you're going to cut these areas equal. Apart from where I added my sewing allowance. But at this side, here is going to be equal. So my back is out. So after cutting out my back, I'm going to mark my dart. So my dart from here to here, what I have is 9.1. 9.1 divided by 2 will give me, okay, let me say 9 divided by 2 will give me 4.5. So from this point now, I'm going to get my 4.5 here. So this is my 4.5, which I have here. 4.5, which I have here. 4.5, which I have here. What I'm going to do now is to connect these lines together just like this. So for my dots at the back, my extension for the dot is 4 inches. So 4 inches, that's 4 inches which I have here. And what I have here, now to sew your dots half, give you 1 inch, 0.5, 0.5, give you 1 inch. Connect down to your 4 inch. Connect here also, connect it down to your 4 inch. That is it for your back. And what you are going to do is your back will be ×2. When you are cutting your back, it is 2. You are cutting it in 2, and your front also you are cutting it in 2. Cutting it in 2 ×2. Then for your pockets, let's go for our pockets now. So for our pockets, what we are supposed to have for our pocket is 2.5, but because we are going to sew 1/2 inch, What I'm going to mark here now is 2. And my pocket extension, this all depends on the depth you want. But for your normal depth, it is supposed to be 7. But because I'm going to sew half inch, I'm going to make it 6.5. Because of my half inch that I'm going to sew. So what I'm going to do now is to connect it like this. The curve, connect down here like this. So this is our pocket for our side. Make sure your fabric is unfolded in 2. I have a video, my previous videos on how to cut trousers, they were not clear, but I placed them because I used a fabric and not a pattern paper. This is a pattern paper, that is why I am using one piece, but it is supposed to be unfolded 2. So this is for your side pockets. So this is it. So I hope we all learned something from this. In case it is still not clear, because I told you I am here for you. I am never tired of sharing my knowledge with you. In case you are still not clear with what I just did, please indicate that you are not clear for me to come back again to show you on how to go. So at this point, I want to say thank you. In case you are just coming new, in case you are new, please subscribe. In case you are new to the channel, please don't leave this channel without subscribing. Thank you as always. Stay safe and remain blessed. I forgot something. Keep watch of how to sew your pants trouser, because I will soon post on how to sew your pants trouser. So I believe you don't want to miss that section. Because it will be a lot educating, because I do reveal secrets. If you pay close attention, you will see some key points that I release, some secrets. So keep watching and wait on how to sew your pants trouser. So thank you once again.